There we go, guys. Let me slide the microphone over just a little bit. I want to go over my astrological and my assessment on no one other than our boy, Keir Starmer, that we've been discussing since 2026, or actually since December of 2025, or can we go back to November 2025? We've been talking about, I've been doing politics now for 4 years, but we've been diving into Keir for some time, and you guys, I feel your pain over in the UK. I feel your pain. All right, so this particular video is going to be detailing what's going to happen with Keir Starmer's court dates, February 19th and February 20th. And you guys in the UK brought it to my attention when the court dates took place, or going to take place, excuse me. And so that's what we're looking at. It's pretty critical. So looking at some of the astrology and just giving you my own assessment based off of my intuition, nothing more than that. I will share what I'm getting and some possible future court dates, and let's just get into it. So a legal or constitutional move will backfire on a initiator. It's got to be Keir Starmer, correct? And this is the executive government, not necessarily opposition, is how I was getting it. So basically, United Kingdom versus Keir Starmer. So again, I have the court date down for the 19th and 20th of February. The reforms arguments, from what I'm getting, will land on technical ground. So they do have some leeway at the very beginning. At the very beginning. And something that is going to be said in court on February 19th, 2026 is going to change the trajectory of this case, believe it or not. It's going to change the whole trajectory, meaning direction. So I think it's safe to say around the 19th, during that first hearing, the court stops taking the government. And the government, I'm referring to the Labour Party, Keir Starmer. They stopped taking Keir Starmer and the Labour Party at face value. Does that sound better? I thought you might like that a little better. And I see February 19th, I get a check mark beside reform, or you could say the courts. And then I see a X beside Labour Party Keir Starmer. A red X, bright, and then a green check mark for reform. So that seems to me, symbolically, that's very telling as, well, reform is making more leeway. They get the green light to go on forward, to move forward in this court case. Yeah. So as we go into February 20th, the courts are not going to fully take Keir Starmer's side. Not fully. While I get that possibly the reform, they gain a little leeway. They gain a little positivity. Even if it is a little bit under constrained, it's more positive than negative. Which tells me that this is a quiet loss for Keir Starmer and the Labour Party, to some degree. It is slow. It's a slow loss. It's not something that happens overnight. So whatever is stated on February 20th is not something that's going to happen right then. It's just the start of what's to come. Meaning it's going to, you could say, grow later. Yeah, meaning it will grow later. That's how I'm taking that at face value. So that gives me a very strong indication based off of my intuition and insight and logic, common sense of politics, that the reform will gain some leverage over Keir. So we have reform here and Keir, and the Labour Party down here And the reform is up a little higher, which is definitely good for the UK. It's good for an outcome, even if the outcome is drug out. Because this is going to open up doors for future challenges in regards to how elections are run and done in the UK, as well as Keir Starmer. Now, I understand he does have high forces protecting him, including the deep state. And I said it. The deep state in Europe is just as bad, if not more corrupt, than what's here in the United States. I said that too, okay? Hands down. So he has a lot of protection right now. And I thought maybe China was part of it. But when I go back and reassessed, no, he's not working for China, or China's not working for him, whatever. There's a reason why China is putting the embassy where it is being plotted, in London. But it has nothing to do with working with the deep state over there or being tangled up with Keir Starmer. In fact, they have nothing. China has nothing they want to do with him. I just wanted to confirm that. From a previous reading, I talked about it, and I was assuming, and I'm telling you, China does not want to with Keir Starmer. You hear me? They know they're not down with the deep. And I'm not down with China or anybody. I'm just telling you what I'm getting here. But this is going to become a reference case, right? It's going to become a reference case of 2026. So it's something that's happening now that will repeat down the line, maybe 15, 20 years, and this will be a reference point. Well, you remember Keir Starmer and the reform in 2026 and so, it'll be a reference point. It'll be popular. It's going to stick in history. And again, this is not a sudden collapse of Keir Starmer and the Labour Party, even though you guys wish that. I wish it for you. But it is constraint. It is definitely constraint. It's the starting point of the foundation is being taken down. So in February 19th, on that day, first court date, the case will turn in some way because something is said, most likely from Keir or his Labour initiatives, but it changes the course of this whole thing. So let him talk like a canary in court, or whoever's going in his place. I feel like he's going, maybe somebody connected to him. Let him talk like a canary, because I'm telling you, let him sing, because that singing is going to be like a gateway. February 20th, the second court date. Or this all could be in one day. But I'm just breaking it down the way it was told to me, and how the 20th, the government, the Labour Party, is going to realize we have a problem here. We have a big problem. Again, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, but it's big. And as I said, it's going to simmer and keep simmering until the pot explodes. It may take time for that to happen, but it's coming. And I believe that Keir Starmer and the Labour Party is going to stay entangled within the courts throughout spring, even in late spring. I see court dates coming up for him. And I'm going to share some dates, and these are correlation to Vedic and how the Vedic is looking at the UK, Keir Starmer, legal issues, the Parliament, and the Labour Party. So we have March the 11th through the 14th. So any time in that duration, there could be a third initial court date. Most likely filing additional paperwork, a continuation, appeals, things like that, which is common. Then as we kind of transpire towards the end of the month, we have March 27th through March 30th with Vedic and Saturn. And then that's possibly another window of court dates. One or two, I don't know how many, but possibly a court date. And I'm getting something about legal warning or legal warding. Maybe legal warding. Oh my God. Legal wording. There we go. Sorry. Legal wording is a problem. It's an issue. And it feels pretty serious. Take that the way you will. I don't know much about the courts over in the UK, but that's what I'm getting. Wording. It's weird how it comes in. It's wording. Yes. Okay. And then, of course, we have the month of April. And I was getting, my daughter's birthday is the end of April. And I was wondering, because she's Taurus, and I was getting Taurus energy. And I'm thinking, I don't want to say that's the ending of this. In fact, it's not. It feels to be unfinished business, last minute things that need to be brought up into the court system. Now, May feels to be the ending, but there still could be another court date in June, July, but I'm not seeing that, okay? So if I don't see it, I'm not going to speak it into existence, but I'm getting something with May, around May 17th through the 24th, which is more about, it's clarification. It's like, okay, the legal story is done, if you know what I mean. Done. But the political fallouts are not done. So hopefully, UK, you will get some type of resolution on what's going to happen with voting or local voting, however it plays out. Maybe by the end of May, but don't be surprised. And this is what I'm getting through my third eye. But now I don't see beyond that. I see that this is not going to throw him out of power. Again, he's being protected by the deep. By the deep, right? And we've talked about other things that are keeping Keir in power. He's a puppet on a string. But they need him there because he's a weakling, right? But I believe the end of May, there will be some type of resolution, even if it's not completely done, which I think it will be done. I think there's going to be a verdict by the end of spring. And if not, latest is June. You're going to know what's going on. And again, this is not going to push him out, but it's going to be the start of his finalization. The cycle ended. All right, guys. If you are new to my channel, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, hype the video. And again, my day ones and my new subscribers, I really appreciate you and your love and support. And to my new members, I appreciate your support as well. Until next time, guys, I will see you soon. Actually, I'll be back probably tomorrow because I have a lot of things to talk about in regards to. Okay, guys, until next time.